before he is awarded his Accomplished Communicator Gold. However, he is taking the plunge today by giving his Icebreaker and Pathways. He will condense his childhood down to 6 minutes and save the rest for a longer speech. Please help me welcome John to the lectern.
Excuse me, Danielle, 4 to 6 minutes?
4 to 6.
4 to 6, thank you.
By a show of hands, how many of you have reflected on something in your childhood? How many of you have had a memorable experience? Well, when I was thinking about what I was going to talk about in my icebreaker, I had to think along some lines to condense this all down to 4 to 6 minutes. So I decided to talk about my family, and I talk about one experience that I had. Now, my family, my mother and father were hardworking people, and they taught us a lot of values as we were growing up. Like, you know, hard work and you're gonna be successful, this type of thing. So my brothers, I had five brothers and one sister. And how many of you know what a knee baby is? Okay, a couple, yeah. Well, a knee baby is when my younger brother, who's 2 years younger than I am, was in my mother's lap, and I was on the floor trying to learn how to walk. So that's what they call a knee baby. So, in being a knee baby, I had a lot of other things to think about, like my 5 older brothers and sisters. 5 brothers and 1 sister. So we had to protect the sister. And I mean, I was too young to do anything, but my older brothers did what they were supposed to do. So in protecting her, we were living on a farm, and in living on the farm, we were called sharecroppers. The sharecropper means that whatever you make after expenses are gone, then the owner takes that and gives you half of what's left. So I learned at an early age that if you didn't have enough money to live through the winter, which whatever you made during the summer, you always had to live with that through the winter, well, you had to go back and borrow against what I call a next month crop, which was either cotton or soybeans. So I was, I guess you could call me an expert cotton picker. And I wonder why my hands are still so soft like they are, but I didn't mess them up. But my second experience was that at 6 years of age, my father wanted to teach me how to ride a horse. And we had an old horse that was blind in one eye, and I doubt if he could see out the other one. But as I was put up on the horse, nobody gave me any instructions at all. So here I am, sitting on the horse, and I grabbed the rein. And as I grabbed the rein, the horse took off. So a 6-year-old on a big old, I guess I would say 3,000 or 4,000 pound horse, I'm just up there bobbing around and holding on to the mane, holding on to the rein. And I'm pulling hard, and the harder I pull, the faster the horse would go. But being an old horse, I was lucky. He got tired and he turned around and went back to the house. So as they were going back, my father and brother were sitting there. They first tried to catch the horse, but he ran too far ahead of them. So when he got back, the horse, they got me off the horse, and I was shaking and crying, and I was just uncontrollable. So after they quieted me down, I came to the idea that I would never, ever get on another horse. And I didn't. And rightly so, being not want to be an equestrian, I just stayed away from horses. But I learned 2 things from those 2 experiences. I learned I had to do hard work. I learned how to do hard work, and that kept me going through life. The second thing is not to ever get on a horse again. My reflections on this is that hard work, and if you are doing what you're supposed to do, you will be successful in life. But what happens in your childhood seems to carry over into your adulthood, and that was my fear of horses. And I was in Egypt, and a camel tried to bite my neck, and that brought me back, PTSD all over me. And I wanted to just get away from the camel in Egypt. But my advice to you is that work with your fears that you have as a child. And so I've had to work with mine, it's even growing up, and also by, getting over my fear of riding. But to this day, I've never been on a horse. Madam Toastmaster?